You know, you crave connection, right? Like we all do. It is literally hardwired into our biology. But then the second someone tries to get truly close to you or maybe asks a deeply personal question, what do we actually do?
We just shut down.
Exactly.
Right.
We build a massive fortress. So today we are taking our stack of multidisciplinary research and doing a deep dive to figure out why we treat emotional intimacy like a live grenade. Because, as it turns out, running from vulnerability is not a weakness at all.
Okay, let's unpack this. It is actually a highly intelligent survival mechanism.
Right. I mean, if you look at this clinically, your brain didn't just invent this fear out of thin air. At some point in your life, being emotionally open probably backfired.
Yeah, it led to rejection or something.
Exactly, led to rejection or a loss of safety. So your mind just deployed a shield. And the core of this, according to the sources, is something psychologists call the defectiveness schema, which sounds super clinical, but looking at the notes, it is really just that nagging subconscious belief that says, I am fundamentally flawed. It is not guilt about something you did, it is shame about who you are.
And because that feeling is so agonizing, people try to hide it by falling into what is called the perfectionism trap.
Yeah.
The logic goes like, well, if I perform perfectly at work and I look perfect and I never make a single mistake, no one will ever see that flawed core.
Okay, so I have an analogy for this. It is sort of like wearing a super heavy iron suit of armor to a dinner party.
Oh, wow, a dinner party.
Right, because yes, if someone throws a dart at you, it bounces right off. You're completely safe.
Yeah.
But you also cannot eat the food. You can't laugh properly. And you definitely cannot hug anyone. You have guaranteed your safety at the absolute cost of connection.
That is a brilliant way to look at it.
Yeah.
But, if it were merely a psychological choice, like just a mindset we adopted, we could simply choose to take the armor off.
But we can't.
No, we really can't, because that armor is bolted to our nervous system. So Dr. Stephen Porges has this thing called polyvagal theory, which maps this out. We actually have a subconscious radar called neuroception.
Which is basically scanning the room for threats.
Constantly, like facet unconscious thought. So if you have any relational trauma, someone trying to get emotionally close to you trips that radar. Your nervous system does not register it as a friendly conversation.
It sees a predator.
Yes, it registers a predator in the room. So it pulls you out of a safe, connected state, which is the ventral vagal state, and throws you straight into sympathetic fight or flight, or even dorsal vagal, which is a freeze state.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. I want to push back on that a bit. If I logically know I am sitting with a good friend on my couch and I know I am safe, can't I just muscle through it, like fake it till I make it?
You really can't, and it is because of how bonding actually happens chemically.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so oxytocin, which is the bonding chemical, only releases when both people's nervous systems are genuinely regulated. If you are secretly in fight or flight and just forcing a smile, your brain treats that forced vulnerability as a defense tactic.
Oh, wow. So the other person picks up on it.
You do. Their
Yeah.
subconscious radar detects your physiological tension, and the oxytocin release just gets completely blocked. Forced vulnerability literally registers as a threat, not a connection.
So we are fighting our own chemical makeup. And reading through the sociology research in our stack, it seems like modern culture actively rewards that suppression.
Oh, absolutely. Sociologist Erving Goffman framed this as the front stage versus the backstage.
Right. The front stage is where society demands that perfect performance.
Exactly, that flawless, armor-clad version of you. Whereas the backstage is private. It is where your messy, true emotions and unpolished reality live.
And modern life basically demands we stay on the front stage all the time. The notes mention Zygmunt Bauman's concept of liquid modernity. That perfectly describes how relationships feel today.
Very shallow.
Yeah, everything is fluid and fast. We swipe, we text, we ghost. It encourages easily deleted connections over enduring ones. So what does this all mean for you listening? There is this hyper-individualistic pressure to be totally self-reliant.
Right, which keeps us isolated under the guise of independence.
Yeah.
Because a solid relationship requires backstage access, which is terrifying.
So knowing all this, that our biology and our culture fight emotional exposure, how do we actually get out of the armor?
The clinical antidote, according to the sources, is titrated vulnerability. So in chemistry, titration means adding one tiny drop at a time.
So taking tiny, manageable steps.
Right, just outside your comfort zone. You share one small, slightly uncomfortable truth with someone safe. You let your nervous system realize that you didn't die. Then you slowly teach it that connection does not equal danger.
That makes so much sense, because numbing the fear of vulnerability inevitably numbs your capacity for joy and love. The armor blocks everything, not just the arrows.
It really does. Which leaves us with a final question for you to mull over today. If society is a front stage that demands perfection, who currently has VIP access to your unpolished backstage?
And, what might shift in your life if you dared to let just one more person back there tomorrow?